Tina Gal, and we are here in a brand new series, the Planet Zoo Beta, and I'm super excited about this, so let's get into it. I want to start with this scenario, which a lot of people are calling these campaign modes, so I'm going to go ahead and call it campaign mode. So we're going to go ahead and start new, and this is mainly a tutorial campaign, but I'm going to try to get it into 2 parts so we can really kind of dive into the whole zoo part of it at the end of the tutorial. So we'll see how this goes. But hopefully you guys are excited about this as I am. If so, definitely hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And once this game comes out on full release, we'll definitely be playing lots of Planet Zoo.
Heyo at Hematu. Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. I have a habit of slipping back into the Planko language.
It's okay, Bernie.
It's good to finally meet you in person. I'm Bernard, although I insist you call me Bernie.
Okay,
The only
Bernie,
person who
we'll do
calls
that.
me Bernard is my wife. And even then, only when I've tracked elephant dung into the carpets. As you know, I own several
That
zoos,
would stink.
but I always like to show people the ropes here at my home. This
So
is
cool.
the first zoo I ever opened, and a source of great pride for me. And prides, thanks to a lion breeding program we ran in the 80s.
So cute.
But we're in the middle of a big renovation, and that's where you come in.
'Kay.
Sadly, our old contractor had to retire after developing a fur allergy. Poor devil
no.
kept sneezing his dentures into the lion habitat. So, it's up to you to finish everything off. Don't
Okay,
worry,
we'll do
though.
that.
I'm not completely throwing you in at the deep end. My head keeper, Nancy Jones, will be lending a helping hand. Oh, she's a hard worker, and she'll expect you to be too. But
Okay.
I'm sure you'll get along like a house on fire, or even better, one that isn't on fire. Less shouting that way.
He thinks he's so funny.
Hello there. From that rosy, fresh face of yours, I'm guessing you're Bernie's new hire.
Sure.
Good. Now, I hope you're ready to ditch your diploma because we're about to get really hands-on.
Okay.
But before we begin the real work, how about we familiarize you with the zoo by learning how to fly around it and visiting some of our beautiful animals? We'll start by popping over and having a look-see at the grizzly bears in their habitat.
Okay. We'll do that. So the WSAD keys will let you zoom around and or I think that's how she put it. Fly around. And then the scroll wheel is zoom in and out. Super
Did
cool.
you know that grizzly bears, also known as Ursus arctos horribilis, can hibernate for up to 7 months a year? Oh, but then again,
Oh, he's
given the
pooping.
chance,
Oh,
I think a lot
great.
of people would do that too.
Every time I look at
Select
an
one of
animal.
the bears and you'll bring up its information panel.
Oh man. Okay.
This is where you can find out all kinds of information about your animal. The most
Okay.
important thing being its overall welfare. You'll learn more about animal welfare today as we go through your objectives. But
Okay.
for now, let's enjoy this magnificent animal. Why don't you select the camera at the bottom of its information panel?
Camera. Oh.
See now, this
Look,
is a
it's living.
fantastic way to get a close look at your
Oh, that's
animals.
so cool.
You can also get this view of an animal by simply double-clicking on it.
Awesome. I love it. I
Okay,
love
when
it.
you're ready, let's pop over to the other side of the zoo and take a look at the lions. I've
Okay.
marked their location for you to find.
Let's see. Instead of going through that way, I'm gonna actually go to the zoo panel and go to animals. And what animal did they say? Lions? I think she said lions, right? Oh, okay. So there we go.
Panthera
Awesome.
leo, or the West African lion to you and me. Lions are the most social of the big cats, and there can be as many as 40 lions in a pride. Although prides of that size are pretty rare.
Yeah, it's a
As
lot.
Bernie
of
would
lions.
say, those lions are awesome. Which is precisely why I handle the training instead these days. Anyway, how about we get started on those objectives? Come on,
Okay.
let's head over to our warthog habitat and see what needs doing there.
Why didn't we do anything here? Come on. Alright, fine. Let's go over here. And let's see. Where is it? Go down. So the problem with this zoo is, like, they have so many babies. So many babies. It's not even funny. She said warthog, right? Warthog, right? I think I missed it. I want to get giraffes. Giraffes are cute. Okay, I don't want to... I keep accidentally selecting those while I'm scrolling, and I don't know why. Alright, let's just zoom out. I don't know if there's a shortcut for zooming out, like, of the whole zoo. I'm not sure if that's a thing. But let's go see... Oh, there it is. Warthogs. Alright. Go ahead and zoom into
As you can
this one.
see, it's a lovely space for warthogs, but it's missing a certain something. Well, two somethings. The warthogs.
Warthogs. Mhm.
So I'd like you to adopt a pair of them. To
Okay.
adopt animals, we need to open the animal market, which is in the animal trading section.
Okay, gotcha. Go ahead and
There we
adopt
are,
these
a
guys.
pair of perfectly splendid warthogs for our zoo. Just click on them and select Buy from the side menu. Normally the animal exchange would be full of animals, but I've emptied out the market while you learn how it works. The last thing I need is you accidentally ordering a dozen elephants.
Well, I mean, we could, I guess. It seems
When you
a bit
adopt an
much.
animal, it's automatically placed in the trade centre, where they're held until you're ready to move them into their habitat, which, as it happens, you are. So how
We
about
are.
you move them into their new home?
Okay, I already did. Where are they?
When you ask for an animal to be moved into a habitat, your caretakers will go to the trade centre, collect your animal, and deliver them to your selected habitat. I've
Okay.
marked the trade centre's location, so let's go and watch the caretakers in action.
Oh, I didn't do that. There they are. Look. Warthog coming in. There we go. Awesome. Alright, so we need to do stuff with these guys. Oh, is she gonna wait till the other one comes? Maybe? Let's see. We'll wait for the other one to get here. So they need food and water. But let's see if this will... Okay. No, it does not. Alright. Oh, probably because I didn't go to the trade center, I'm guessing. Alright, let's go over to the trade center real quick, since that is where she wants us to go. I guess I have to actually go over there.
Well, as you
There
can
we go.
see, those caretakers don't hang about. They'll move those animals to their destination as fast as possible. Of
Okay.
course, normally we'd have to place the animals into
There we go.
quarantine before moving them into a habitat. But I am assured by a person of good standing that
we don't have to
these
do that.
warthogs are in the very rudest of health.
I guess...
Right, let's get the warthog's habitat finished up so we can keep them nice and happy.
Okay, we'll
You
do
see,
that.
each animal in the zoo has an overall welfare statistic, basically how happy they are. And that overall welfare statistic is itself comprised of 4 different areas: nutrition, social health, habitat, and enrichment. Luckily, if
Okay.
you select an animal, you'll bring up their animal welfare information panel, which we saw earlier, where you can see how they're doing. That way, you'll know exactly what areas need to be addressed. Don't worry if that's a lot to remember. You can always check the Zoopedia for more information.
Okay, so we're
Let's
just gonna...
start by making sure we're taking care of the warthog's nutrition welfare. To do this, we'll need to place a food station and a drinking station.
Okay.
Now, each animal
Habitat.
requires a different type of feeding station. And for the warthogs, it's a small feeding trough. So let's add one of those and a water bowl.
So we can actually sort these by the animal that we're working with, which is super cool. So we can do a food trough. I guess this is just what they want us to use. So we'll put in that. I want to put it closer to the window, the glass, so when they're actually eating and drinking,
Animals also require
guests can see them.
stimulation to keep them happy. Let's add a lovely mud bath for the warthogs to roll around in. That bath will count towards their enrichment welfare, specifically their
Mud
toy
bath.
enrichment welfare.
Oh, that didn't quite work. I think it's the terrain.
Oh,
There we go.
Nice
Awesome.
work. You've got a knack for this, I see. Now, our contractor had to leave in a hurry, so this place is in a feral state. Unfinished thingamajigs and whatsits all over the shop. But the first thing we need to finish is the ostrich habitat. It's over near the hippos.
So I'm just adding the long grass. If you can see the soil over here or the terrain over here. So the only thing that's needed is more long grass. So the bar here is like the optimal, settings for what they need. Like the grass short here, it's almost in the middle of the bar. So that's super, super good. But they need more long grass. So I'm just going to click around and drag until this line becomes green, like all the other ones. Maybe. There we go. Awesome. So we got that. So I think the next thing she said was ostriches. Pretty sure. Let's see. Oh. Okay. Man, those warthogs are loud. There it is. I was like, I know it's not far away. Alright, so this one is the ostriches. There we go.
Job number 1 here is to add a habitat gate before we
Habitat.
complete the barrier.
Oh yeah, definitely
Every
want to do
habitat
that.
needs a habitat gate. After all, how else would the keepers get in and out? Just make
Yeah,
sure
it's
it's
kind of
hooked
an-
up to the path so the keepers can reach it.
Kind of a necessity. Alright, so these, you got to make sure, I don't know if I can do it now, but sometimes it'll actually place the path on the inside. So you just got to make sure you place it on the right.
Let's
part.
complete the perimeter barrier so we can adopt us some ostriches.
Okay, let's do
I've
that.
marked out an area for you to use, so I'd like you to finish off the perimeter using the brick barrier.
Okay, so we just click along here. And also you can make it straight or curved. So let's go ahead and do straight for the corners. Oops. That will help us kind of get it in where it's supposed to be. And also, if you place one that you don't want, you can just right-click and delete it, which is super cool.
Good work.
There we go.
Remember, before you can place animals in any habitat, it has to have a full loop of connected barrier.
Makes
Now,
sense.
you've probably noticed that guests can't actually see into this habitat at the moment.
Yeah,
At
a
least
little
not
bit.
without a stepladder. But seeing as they're banned, I'd like you to select a piece of barrier and swap out the brick for a glass barrier so the guests can see in.
Okay, so we just double-click on the barrier, and we can click these side pieces and actually scroll to get them where we want them. And then we'll go ahead and choose
There we
glass.
go. Adding in more windows
There we
gives
go.
guests even more opportunities to see the animals in a habitat. It's always
job.
best to make sure the guests can get a good view into a habitat from the path they're walking on, because it makes them happy, and because this would be a pretty terrible zoo if they couldn't.
Yeah.
The last thing we need to do is to add a donation box. You see, when guests enjoy
Okay.
the view of an animal, they'll make a donation. Just make sure you put them in easy-to-reach places, like near a viewing point.
Put one.
Donation boxes are one of the main sources of income for
Right
the
there.
zoo, so make sure you remember them.
Make sure you remember this. She's like yelling at us right there.
All
Did you hear
right,
that?
you've finished the habitat, so it's high time we adopted those ostriches, don't you think? Let's
Sure.
get 4 of them in here.
Well, that's a lot. I don't think... Can we multi-select these guys? I don't think so. So let's go ahead and adopt and then send to zoo. And like she said, I think when the game is fully released, we actually will have to put them in quarantine first. But for now, we don't have that step. So we'll just click on adopt, send to zoo, and one more. And send to zoo. There we go.
While we wait for them to be collected by the caretakers and brought to the habitat, you should get it ready for them. Add a suitable feeding station, water station, and an appropriate food enrichment item.
Okie dokie.
It's often best to place things like enrichments and feeding stations near to the habitat perimeter, so guests can get a really good view of the animals.
Yes, that's a good idea. So, ostriches. There we go. Wow, he's like running over here. Jeez. Okay. Feeding enrichment we'll put over here. And let's do food bowl. I don't know, because we have the feeding enrichment, and I know there's been a bug with that as far as if they have a feeding enrichment, the zookeepers won't really do the won't really fill the actual feeding station. So I don't know.
Good to see the ostriches have somewhere they can really stretch their legs. Did you know they can actually run at 43 miles per hour? Oh, heaven forbid they ever escape. The speed camera finds alone would bankrupt us.
Oh my goodness.
Well, Bernie certainly seems impressed. Did he do his speed camera joke? Every time we get an ostrich. So,
There we
now
go.
we've made the ostriches' lives a bit better, let's do the same for the keepers, shall we? To make it
Sure.
easier for the keepers to feed the ostriches and hippos, we should build a new keeper hut. Keeper
Probably a
huts
good
are where
idea.
the keepers prepare the food for animals, so they should be placed near to the habitats to make sure the keepers don't waste their time walking when they should be looking after the animals.
She's got kind of an attitude, I'm just saying. And I think I'm stuck. Oh no, did that work? Sometimes I get stuck in the camera view, and I don't know why. Nope, resume. Yeah, I'm stuck. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Let's save. We'll just do that. Save. Okay. There we go. Did that? I don't know. I don't know if that worked or not. I want to place the thing. Can I go anywhere? Please? No. All right. Let's try this. I'm so like paranoid that this didn't save. But it's fine. We'll deal with it. There we go. Let's go ahead and do that and that. See what happens if we do this. Because sometimes when you get stuck, especially since this is the beta, it kind of gets stuck sometimes, but which is perfectly fine. Let's go to scenario and go here. See, I think it restarted. I mean, I don't think it saved the game. We'll see. We'll see. And sometimes the loading doesn't take long, and sometimes it seems like it takes forever. But it's fine. Let's get into it. Hopefully this fixed it. If we started over, then... No, we didn't. Okay.
Well, Bernie certainly seems impressed.
Okay.
Did he do his speed camera joke?
All right.
Every
So we
time
need
we
to
get
put...
an ostrich.
Oh.
So, now we've made the ostriches' lives
Put
a
the
bit
keeper
better.
hut
Let's do the same for the keepers, shall we?
over here, I think.
To make it easier for the keepers to feed the ostriches and hippos, we should build a new keeper hut.
We should.
Keeper huts are where the keepers prepare the food for animals, so they should be placed near to the habitats to make sure the keepers don't waste their time walking when they should be looking after the animals.
Okay, why is that being weird? So if we hit press and hold Z, you can actually rotate it however you want. If you press it and let go,
This
it
keeper
actually
hut only has
rotates
space
it.
for one keeper, but the larger keeper hut
In
can
an
allow
angle.
multiple keepers to prepare food at the same time. Oh, but bear in mind that keeper huts and other staff facilities shouldn't be placed near to areas where there are lots of guests.
Yeah,
Guests
that's not
don't
good.
like seeing facility buildings, and it can affect their happiness. Negatively. In case that wasn't clear.
That was kind of
Something
clear.
that all facilities, shops, and a whole host of other objects need is power. And
Power.
that obviously includes your newly built keeper hut. So let's place a transformer next to it, shall we?
Okay. I don't know why these are off the grid. I thought they were...
Now, the reason everything has gone blue is because you're using the power heat map. This map allows you to see what is and what isn't powered in your zoo. So
Okay.
once you've placed your transformer, you can click in the bottom left to turn the heat map off.
Okie dokie. Oh, it did it for me. All right.
Lovely work. Now the keepers can start using the hut to prepare food, and thanks to where you've put it, they won't.
Okay, so I'm going to pause right there, and we will end for this one, and hopefully come back and finish the campaign next time. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, definitely hit that thumbs up. Also, if you're new to my channel or haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell to get notified of videos as they come out. And if you want to play this game or check out any of my social media or Patreon links, they're all down below in the description. So check those out and come over and have some fun over there. And if you have any questions, comments, tips, anything like that, definitely leave those down below in the comment section. I love seeing those, and we'll get back with you as soon as I can. And until next time, I hope you have a super blessed day, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye!